Hey everyone, Social Solipsist here, and today I'm taking a look at the Spy Party Early Access Beta. Now, I believe I've mentioned this game on the channel before, but I have never played it on the channel, and I will explain the history behind that. In March of 2011, I signed up for the email list for this game. I have no recollection of how I came to do that, or how I found out about the game, but I did that. And then in May of 2012, Chris Hecker, the one-man team behind this game, sent out an email inviting the few people who had signed up for the email list to buy into the early access beta, or it may have even been called an alpha at that point, I don't recall. I jumped on the opportunity because I really liked the idea of what he was developing, and I proceeded to play it. Not at all. I believe I played one round, maybe more than one round, but basically one sitting's worth of gameplay. So that's kind of embarrassing, given that I've actually followed this game's development very closely. Obviously, having, bought into it at a very early state, I was interested at how it would progress. And Chris Hecker, while not a super well-known name, is pretty well respected in the industry. And, I've always been a little curious about what he would make after he left Maxis. So this is the Spy Party Early Access Beta, and I wish I had captured some footage before I just ran the update, because this game just got an update with a brand new tutorial that he's been working on for, I think, several months now. Originally, the game, I think, just basically had a text tutorial. Again, it's been some years now since I've played it, and also did not have this fancy splash screen. It was just text on a beige screen. It was ugly as sin, and I think it was intended to be so. And likewise, over its development process, it started out with very blocky graphics, and ended up to the point it is now, has some very nice visuals. So without further ado, we're going to get into the tutorial, because as you can probably see in the bottom right there, Chris has asked that people who want to play the tutorial for the first time should record it or stream it and then share it with him, so that he can get feedback on the tutorial. So we're going to take a crack at it. If you are not familiar with this game at all, which you probably aren't, and I probably should have started with that, it's a game of sniper versus spy. One player plays as a sniper outside a room, trying to find the spy and shoot him, and one plays as a spy trying to do various types of subterfuge within a room without tipping off the sniper that they are the player and not just an AI character. So we are going to do this tutorial and see how it goes.
Welcome to Spy Party, and thanks for joining the beta. I'm Chris Hecker, Spy Party's designer, and I'm going to walk you through the basics of how to play.
I didn't know it was voiceovered. It's pretty nice.
Spy Party's a two-player game. The spy is somewhere inside the party, having a delightful time socializing with other guests, while also trying to accomplish their secret missions. The sniper is outside the party, and is pretty upset at not being invited to join in. We're going to practice sniper first, and so we're looking at the sniper view now. As sniper, you observe the guests closely to figure out which one is the spy, and then you have exactly one bullet with which to stop them before they accomplish their missions. I've given you movement control now. You can move around outside the level with the A and D keys and aim with the mouse. Now try zooming with the W and S keys, or with the mouse wheel.
Okay.
Next, we're going to play a little practice game of Spy Party.
There are actually some characters that are still the old models. I didn't realize that.
A name tag on their lapel or dress. It probably goes without saying that the spy in a real game won't be wearing this helpful sticker. I'll put the name tag on the spy when you're ready. One of the guests is wearing the name tag, so look around the party for it. When you find that guest, hold the shift key to take the safety off and click the mouse button to shoot.
I assume it's him because that appears to be a name tag. What's he got? Yep.
Nice work. You shot the spy. I'm going to resurrect the spy now because
that was a little loud.
Plus, I've heard indie games with zombies in them do really well. Next, we're going to do a similar practice game, but this time we'll focus on low lighting. As sniper, you can manage your suspects during the game by highlighting and low lighting the guests.
I remember this mechanic. I remember all of this, but it is nice to have it in more than the previous, let's just call it lack of tutorial.
The party always has a number of cast members attending. These are people with different jobs, like the waiter, the security guard, the suspected double agents, and the ambassador, and they all have triangles over their heads, so they're easy to spot. No one in the cast can ever be the spy, so a useful strategy for beginners is to low-light the cast at the beginning of the party. Let's practice this when you're ready to start.
Chris, I will say, if you are watching this, I love the voiceover, but it is a little bit quick. You do speak a little bit fast naturally, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it can be a little bit harder to follow.
Low-light the cast members since they can't be the spy. They are marked with triangles over their heads. You low-light using the right mouse button. Nice. 4 more casts. Good. 3 more cast members to go. Almost there. 2 more cast lowlights left. Only 1 more cast member.
Great. Now you've low-lit all the cast members. Notice how the lowlights blend into the background and you can see the other guests more clearly? The low-lit guests are also moved to the right on the row of portraits at the bottom of the screen.
Audio balancing is also a little bit off between the various voice lines. Not a huge deal, but something that I particularly pick out.
Like low-lighting, you can use highlighting to help manage your suspects. For this practice game, let's assume we've decided any guest who is not in the cast but is holding a drink is suspicious and we want to keep track of them.
Yep.
Highlight 3 different guests who...
Great. 2 more. That guest wasn't holding a drink. That guest wasn't holding a drink. You might want to undo the highlight so you don't lose track of your real suspects.
My bad. I didn't let him finish. He said something about drinks.
Yes, while the waiter is indeed holding drinks, I'm guessing you know that's not what I meant.
I don't know, man. You asked about drinks. He's got drinks. I can't really... Okay.
Only 1 more guest to highlight.
Who else has got a drink?
Perfect. See how the highlight guests stand out from the others and how they're moved to the left in the portraits at the bottom of the screen? Oh, also, don't worry. The spy can't see your highlights and lowlights. Those are the basic mechanics of sniper play. To look at the missions themselves, we'll learn how to play spy.
Before we start, pick which character you want to be for the spy tutorial.
Oh, man. That's a tall order, man. Who do I want to be? Let's go with Dame Judi Dench.
When you're the spy, you're trying to blend into the party, but also accomplish missions while not getting shot. You've already seen the sniper view, so while you're practicing these spy actions, keep in mind what they'll look like when you're playing the sniper too.
Right.
Try moving around now with the W, A, S, and D keys. The cursor keys also work. The mouse moves the camera and helps you steer while moving. Get a feel for walking around the party, check out how the other guests move, and try to blend in with them.
Notice the outline pads on the floor?
Yes.
There are floor pads for conversations, statues, windows, and other active areas. Whenever you're standing still, you need to be standing on one of these pads or else you'll look suspicious to an observant sniper. Try walking to the window floor pad I'm highlighting now.
Move it, Toby.
Good. Always remember to look around and choose your destination floor pad before you start moving, and walk straight to it without stopping to avoid arousing the sniper's suspicion.
Yeah,
We'll
again,
stay
this
on
is
the
mostly a
pad
game
for
about,
exercises.
you know, since it's a versus game, you're supposed to pretend you're an AI.
Another important thing spies need to learn is good camera management. You want to always have the party in view regardless of where you're standing. You can swing your view all the way around, and the walls will even disappear to get out of your way. Try spinning the camera in a full circle to look around at the entire party.
It's really nicely done, actually. I don't recall that being the case before. I could be wrong. Again, it's been some time.
Depending on where you're standing, the spy will have different actions available, and often there will be multiple actions available simultaneously, so you need to be able to scroll through them to get to the one you want. You can see an example now towards the bottom of the screen. Anytime those white arrows are visible on the sides of the action box, it means there are multiple available actions.
Well, I feel like I should pick
You
my
didn't really
nose.
think I implemented a pick nose action in animation, did you? This is just a tutorial for scrolling through multiple actions. So scroll to check watch with the mouse wheel, or the Q and E keys, and fire with the mouse button. Okay, now you've got the basics of spy control. Let's learn some missions.
Now we're going to practice the swap statue mission. Your goal as spy is to swap out one of the priceless
Again,
statues.
slight differences in
Move around and use
the
your camera
recording
controls
of
to
the
find statue
audio.
floor pad I've highlighted for you and go stand on it.
Hardly a major concern, but
Good. I've turned on the interface at the bottom of the screen that shows your available actions. Try picking up the statue.
Now that you're holding a statue, notice which shape it is. There are 3 different types of statues in the game. You might need to swing your camera around to see them all, and note, you can swing the camera into the walls and they will disappear, giving you a better view of the party.
One is a golden head. One is a fertility statue, and one is a falcon.
Now you've got a spy action available. Keep an eye on your statue and swap it to complete the mission. Did you notice the statue change shape? When you're sniper, you'll need to look for that change to find the spy, but you won't get the benefit of the color changing, just the shape. You've checked off this mission, so put the statue back and walk out into the party. That's it for the swap statue mission. Remember, the spy is trying to swap out one of the statues, and the sniper is trying to notice when a statue has been swapped and figure out which guest did it. Next up, we'll practice contacting the double agent. To accomplish this mission, the spy needs to say a secret code phrase to the double agent in a conversation. Swing the camera
getting a
around
little
until
ahead
you
of
find the
things,
double
I
agent.
know,
They've
but
got a yellow triangle over their head now. Here's the view in your sniper. If you move around and look closely, you can see multiple suspected double agents sporting yellow triangles. One of them is the real double agent. You have to be in a conversation circle with the double agent to say the secret phrase. The secret phrase is banana bread, because I was eating some when I wrote the code for this mission. Banana bread is tasty. Turns out you're already in a
I
conversation
wonder if he's
with the double
replaced the
agent.
original
Nice.
audio sample for that.
Conversations have a flow you'll learn as you observe the other guests and play the game more.
I would
I've
assume
turned on the
so,
actions for
but-
conversations and for contacting the double agent. Try contacting the double agent using the spy action.
Banana bread.
Nope, same sample.
Good. Did you get
Beautiful.
banana bread? Now you've contacted the double agent and accomplished the mission. I've paused the game so I can show you how many lowlights the sniper could have potentially gotten from your contact. Look around and see how many lowlights the sniper might have gotten from your banana bread. These were the guests outside of conversations when you contacted. Always be aware of who is in conversation when you contact the double agent.
Yeah, good point.
Here's what those lowlights look like from the sniper's view.
Yeah, so that's really cut down a lot.
That's it for the Contact the Double Agent mission. It's usually hard for the snipers to definitively shoot for banana bread, but it often allows them to narrow down their suspects a lot, so spies need to be careful out there.
This time we'll practice bugging the ambassador. If you look around the party, you'll see the ambassador has a purple triangle over their head.
Yes, indeed. Oh, well.
You bug the ambassador by standing close to them and sticking your arm out to plant the bug. That arm sticking out part can be pretty obvious to the sniper unless you're careful, so a lot of people get shot trying to bug. I've enabled the bugging action, so get close to the ambassador and give it a try.
Yeah, when she stands by the window, that's awfully hard.
Nice work. You successfully planted the
Do
bug.
you want to get, like, inside her character model to do it, so it's as invisible as
Now
possible?
we're going to learn how to flirt and seduce a guest. Your seduction target has a red triangle over their head. Can you find them in the party? By the way, the sniper doesn't get to know which guest is the seduction target. To flirt, you have to be in a conversation with the target, or be pretty close to them at a window or statue or other location where guests congregate. The closer you are to the target, the more you seduce them with each flirt. It usually takes 3 or 4 flirts to complete the mission, but for this tutorial, I'm going to start you at 50%, as you can see in the upper left corner. You can't come on too strong, so you have to wait between each flirt, but if you move away, you don't have to wait as long. In a normal game, you'd do other missions during these breaks. The seduction action is now enabled. Move in close and start flirting to seduce the target. Good. You can see the progress bar in the mission in the upper left is increased. You need to fill that bar to complete the seduction. The upper part of the progress bar counts down until the target is ready to be seduced again. It counts down faster the more space you give them, so it's best to move away for a while.
Okay, I see.
Okay, the countdown is up, and now the seduction target is ready for another flirt. Remember, the closer you are, the more your flirts fill the progress bar.
Stand on her.
Great, you
Love
successfully
me.
seduced the target. Now we need to talk about time. The spy's on a timer, and if you don't finish your missions before the time runs out, the sniper wins. You can see I've turned on the timer display in the upper right corner of the screen.
Yes.
The timer puts pressure on the spy to accomplish missions. However, the spy does have a way of increasing the available time while in the game. Of course, there's a risk the sniper will catch the spy adding time.
Gotta look at the watch.
Adding time isn't really a mission, but it's still an important tactic for spies to learn and for snipers to catch, so let's practice it now. You add time by going to a window pad and checking your watch. There's a normal version of checking your watch which does not add time, and which the other guests will perform. And there's the spy action which adds 45 seconds to the clock. I've turned on both the normal and the spy actions for checking your watch at the window now, so go add some time. Keep an eye on the clock as you add the time so you can see the time go up. That's what you'll look for to spot this as sniper. Good. If this was a real game, you would have given yourself some extra time to complete your missions. Assuming the sniper didn't see the timer go up while you were checking your watch at the window, of course. Let's put the first 4 missions together and play with a real time limit so you can learn about pacing. I've enabled the swap statue, contact the double agent, bug the ambassador, and seduce the target missions, as you can see in the upper left. I've also turned on some of the normal actions for blending into the party.
Yeah, I was about to ask, because normally you can see, I mean, you can see it in the corner there, but normally you can see the laser.
Setting the clock to 4 minutes.
Wasn't visible
Try to do
there,
your missions
so.
in that time. But remember,
I
you
do
can
feel
add
like
more
it's
time
worth
to windows.
maybe
Also
mentioning.
turn on the sniper's laser sight, so be careful about acting suspicious when the sniper's looking your way. Okay, ready to start?
I feel like the mention of the laser should be much earlier in the tutorial to indicate that, well, I mean, I think you can get into the mentality of, oh, I'm not going to know where they're looking, so how do I avoid, arousing suspicion? So maybe that's something to bring earlier into the tutorial.
Complete the 4 enabled missions on the left before the timer runs out, and good luck. You've got 4 missions to accomplish. Better get moving.
Not a very good sniper, though, because a good sniper doesn't aim at the target they're concerned about at that moment. Yeah, a smart sniper would not.
Have you noticed the sniper's laser sight following you around? Always keep an eye on the laser sight so you know when to play it cool.
Huh.
Nice, you flirted. Now go work on some other missions while the seduction timer counts down. The double agent's in a conversation now, in case you were waiting for that. Excellent. 1 mission down.
All right. I'm curious whether it's an actual AI sniper right now or whether it's scripted. Or, well, I mean, obviously the two things are not completely mutually exclusive, but you know what I mean.
You've got half your missions done. Remember, when you see multiple available actions like this, you can scroll through them with the mouse wheel or the Q and E keys.
Banana bread.
Okay, you said banana bread and contacted the double agent. Let's see how many lowlights the sniper could have gotten if they were on top of things.
I think there's a lot of people in conversation right now.
If you look around, you'll see the sniper could have gotten a lot of lowlights from that banana bread. Always be aware of how many guests are out of conversations when you contact.
Yeah, but it's only 4 out of, I think there's 14 in the room or something like that, or I guess not including the cast.
Almost done. 1 more mission to go. The seduction timer has run out, so you can flirt again if you
Come here, Toby. Give me a drink.
Be Careful, the timer's running out. Maybe go add some time at the windows, or rush to finish if you think you can make it.
I think I can make it. That's a really good call out there, actually, I have to say. Man, that seduction time is real long.
That last flirtation got you really close, so after the cooldown, you don't even need to stand near the target for your last flirt.
Oh. That's an interesting thing to mention last. Wait. What do you mean you don't need to mention... What do you mean you don't need to...
You accomplished all the missions. Now just play it cool until you win. The sniper doesn't get to see this countdown timer. It's just there so the spy can't rush the last mission and win instantly.
I'm confused. I didn't understand...
Congratulations, you're ready to play Spy. You can continue on with the sniper tutorial or practice spying.
I didn't understand that last call out. You don't need to be near the target for the seduction target for the last call out. I mean, obviously it was at 93% and it was still on cooldown. Did it complete by itself? That I'm actually not sure about, and it's been so long since I played so that I don't fully understand that. So maybe that needs more clarity. As much as... Okay, so the problem that I have right now is that a lot was explained when the timer was already on. I feel like some of the things, like explaining the more fine aspects of each of those missions, specifically the seduction mission, should have been clarified prior to the let's call it a live test. And especially having, and I'm sure this is, on a case-to-case basis, it may bother some people more than others, having that much dialogue in the back of my head, and granted it's even harder because I'm trying to do a voiceover at the same time, having that much talking behind me while I'm trying to focus on, completing the tasks could be a little bit more distracting, more frustrating than necessarily helpful.
Let's practice the individual missions from the
on.
sniper side. We'll go through each mission, one at a time, trying to either spot the spy and shoot them, or at least narrow down the suspects.
Okay. Loading.
First up, bugging the ambassador. At some point in the next minute, a spy will plant the bug, so stay focused on the ambassador and be suspicious of anybody who gets too cozy. Watch out for that bugging arm movement. Find the ambassador in the party, and we'll start when you're ready.
Find and shoot the spy when they bug the ambassador. When you spot the spy, remember to hold the shift key and take the safety off, and click the mouse button to shoot. You shot the spy. Congratulations.
Oh man, that audio balance is real. I mean, it was even in the original release of the game, the shots and screams were always really loud, and so is Banana Bread, relatively speaking. Has less to do with the tutorial that we're looking at right now, but it's definitely something that needs to be tweaked.
Now try to catch a spy swapping the statue. It'll help if you memorize the statues while we're paused here, so you can know if one has changed, even if you miss the actual swap animation.
Okay.
Watch the statues carefully and shoot the spy when they swap.
Try me. Try me. He didn't do it. I can't see what he's doing. But but I saw him swap it. Okay, I can't get a clean shot though.
Another spy down. Good work. This time a spy will contact the double agent. It's really hard to shoot someone for contacting, but it can narrow your suspects, so let's practice low-lighting guests outside of conversations when you hear the banana bread.
Okay, sounds good.
When you hear the spy contact the double agent by saying banana bread, quickly look around for anybody not in a conversation and low-light them.
Banana bread.
Did you hear the banana bread? Low-light all the guests who are out of conversation when you heard it, and hit space when you're done. Remember, you low-light using the right mouse button.
Man, that was not well. I did not do that well, but I think that's as good as I'm gonna get.
I'll rewind to the banana bread, and then point out any guests you missed while low-lighting.
Banana bread.
Here are the guests you missed low-lighting, outlined in white.
Did I miss?
Next, here are guests you low-lit that weren't completely
Yeah,
safe because they
okay.
were in conversation and could be the spy. In case you're curious, here was the spy for that test. For this next challenge, try to spot a spy adding time by checking their watch at a window. Remember, normal guests can check their watches too, but the time in the upper right won't change, so don't accidentally shoot a normal guest.
Thank you for not punishing me. Like, my biggest tutorial pet peeve is making me redo something over and over because I didn't do it quite right. Thank you for just saying, hey, you're pretty close. Here's what you did right and wrong. Really well done. Thank you.
Okay, keep an eye on who's checking their watch at the window and pay attention to the clock.
Yes. Oh, it had to be you.
Excellent, you got the spy.
There is a little bit of lag. I guess I was expecting to see the time tick up like while they were in mid animation rather than right as when the animation finished. So I got thrown off for a second.
I've saved the hardest challenge for last, but I'm going to give you some help. You're going to try to shoot the spy for seducing the target. Unlike a normal game, I've outlined the seduction target for you, so use your highlights to keep track of who moves near the target repeatedly, and good luck.
Wait a minute. I'm not sure whether that means that the seduction target... Does that mean the seduction target is not... I mean, I presume with the clause there that means that the seduction target is not normally highlighted, but that makes it incredibly hard to track. I guess that's just the hardest one to get anything for. I guess it's sort of like the double or the contact the double agent thing where you just have to look who's in conversation when it goes up.
Look for somebody moving towards and away from the seduction target suspiciously often. Don't forget to use your highlights to keep track of the guests.
Oh, so I don't even get to see the... See, the problem is I don't know how close they need to be to trigger it. Yeah. Pretty sure it's you.
Nice shooting. That spy's espionage career is over. That's it for the individual mission tests, and now let's put it all together.
Okay.
Now we're going to play another full practice game, but this time you'll be the sniper, and you'll have to find and stop the spy before they complete their missions.
All right, let's give this a go. I always preferred to be... I say that like I played this a lot. I always preferred to be the spy over the sniper. But let's
For
give
your
this
first
a
sniper
go.
playthrough, I'm not going to distract you by giving you too much advice while you're playing, so remember to watch for the missions you practice and use your highlights and lowlights to manage your suspects. Playing sniper is hard. If you don't catch the spy this first try, don't worry about it. We'll rewind the game and give you another try, and I'll help you out a bit more each time. We'll start when you're ready. Okay, watch for the missions, use your highlights and lowlights, and good luck.
Shit, I didn't check the, I didn't check the statues. But... I'm so bad at this. Oh, it's... Come on.
Nice work, you shot the spy. This tutorial has over 20 different sniper challenge games, and you get a different one each time, so hit play again if you want more practice now, or you can get back here later from the menu.
Well, that's great.
That's the tutorial so far, thanks for playing it. You can revisit any of the tutorial chapters now from the tutorial menu.
Okay. That was great. Obviously, it's a little apples and oranges between game types and that sort of thing. But Chris, amazing tutorial. Obviously, I gave a little bit of feedback, little things that I could think could use some small tweaks. But like all in all, one of the best tutorials I've played, especially for quote unquote the in development version of it. And I know you put a lot of effort into this, so, you know, well done. Yeah, spectacular tutorial, really covered, I think, all the bases. Could use some reordering of things, a little bit of slowdown in the dialogue. You know, maybe, I don't know if it necessarily needs things to be reiterated, but obviously anyone who gets confused can go back and replay things. And like I said, I think there are like I think I mentioned like two things where they were just a little bit glossed over and could use a little more explanation, or more explanation. And then again, moving things around just to, as much as they may fall in logical order as they are, may need to be mentioned earlier and then referenced back with more detail later. So yeah, excellent tutorial, really well done. I struggle with the sniper mode. I really enjoy the spy mode, but this may very well make me, you know, come back to this and start playing a whole bunch. I have commented on the various forums and social media things before that it's overwhelming to try, and it's a little overwhelming right now given that most of the player base have played a huge amount, and I've played one game, and that was, you know, 5+ years ago. But I think I may put some time into, you know, trying to get a little bit better at this and spend a little more time. And as I understand it, there's about 25,000 people who have purchased it at this point, so lobbies are still fairly empty, and that's a little hard to do. But my impression is the community has been really good about you know, hopping in and playing with people who express an interest in doing so. So great work. Great work on the tutorial. Great work on the game. Thank you for your continued diligence, even if, you know, I know it's it's been some time, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited that it's in continued development, and I look forward to all the future releases. And of course, if Chris, if you or anyone else has questions or comments or anything else, please put them in the comment section of the video, or contact me on Twitter or whatever else, and let me know what you think. Anyway, thank you guys all for watching. I have been the Social Solipsist. This has been the Spy Party Early Access Beta. I will also link to the Spy Party website in the description, and supposedly it's supposed to be early access on Steam fairly soon, so good luck, good luck, Chris, in getting your game to be visible on Steam amongst all of the crap that gets loaded on there right now, because you definitely deserve it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.